Hello dear students, welcome to the online education of class 6 science. Dear students, we have been studying the lesson reproduction. So therein we studied the characteristics of living things. In that we studied different characteristics features of living things. So in previous class we discussed about the two important characteristic features of the animals. Those are living organisms, they excrete the waste things, and also the living organisms respond to stimuli. So dear students, as we know that the plant living all the living organisms excrete the waste products out of their body, for example animals, okay, whereas the plants also remove the waste products in the form of secretions. Okay, so this we have studied in today's class. Let us know the one more important characteristic feature of living things, that is living things reproduce their own kind. Okay, so you must have seen, dear students, the nests of the birds. You enjoy a lot with a nest if you see near any near any shrubs or trees. Okay, so some small birds, they build their nest on the medium average trees, whereas some of the big on bigger trees, some birds they build their nests at the high places. Okay, so why do you think that they are going to build the nest? First thing, in order to protect themselves from the heat and cold. Okay, at the same time, the main important, no, the aim of building the nest is to lay the eggs and take care of them till they hatch into young ones. Okay, so you have seen the different kinds of nests built by the birds, like pigeons. Okay, so what you will do here, many birds lay their eggs in the nest. Okay, so some of the eggs may hatch them into, so all these eggs, after laying the eggs, they hatch them into young birds. Okay, they become a young birds and come out of those nest and start flying. Okay, look at the diagram 99.13 here. So birds, they laid the eggs, okay, in the nest, so which after hatch into young ones. You can see here in the picture, hatches are there. Okay, they hatch into chicks are there. Okay, I mean young ones are there, so they produce the young ones. So in the same manner, even animals also reproduce of their own kind. Okay, but the mode of reproduction may be different in different kinds of animals. Okay, so some of the animals, they reproduce by giving birth, directly giving birth to their young ones. Most of the animals, they give birth to young ones directly, whereas some of the animals, they reproduce, okay, by laying the eggs. Okay, so this is, there are two kinds of, no, reproduction is there in animals. So plants also reproduce like animals. Okay, so plants also reproduce like animals. Plants also reproduce by different method. Different plants reproduce by different mode of reproduction. See, most of the plants, okay, they reproduce by their seeds, through their seeds. So these, after plants they produce the seeds, those seeds germinate and grow into a young plant. Okay, look at the diagram here. You will see different kinds of animals which give birth to their young ones. See here in the picture, you can see the dog has given uh, young one. Okay, it has given a birth to young ones. So cat has given birth to kittens. Okay, and same with the cattles, buffalo. Okay, so now look at the diagram here. You can see the small seed. Okay, so small seed, it has grown into a germinate. Okay, it can germinate and grow into a young plant. See, stages of growth you can see here. Look at the stages of growth. So that grows into young one. Okay, so see here, you can see the young plant which is growing here. So figure 9.15. Okay, small one seed you have sown into the soil, so that grows into young plant. Stages of growth you can see. Okay, so this is the how the plants grow. Okay, so now some plants also reproduce through parts of the other than the seeds. So some of the plants, they reproduce the parts other than the seeds. Okay, so for example, see, so different methods are there. So plant can reproduce by the stem cutting, by leaves. Okay, so like that, bud, okay, roots. Okay, from that the plants grow into young one. Okay, so here, so some plants can reproduce other than the seeds, such as stem cutting. For example, potato you have seen. So potato is not grown by the seed, it has grown by the part of the bud. If you just keep a part of the bud of the potato into the soil, it grows into a adult one, new plant. Look at here. So potato is put into the soil, so one part with the eye, okay, it is put into the soil, so later on it grows into a small plant, so it grows into young one. So look at the 9.16 figure. A new plant grows in from a bud of a potato plant. Okay, so like that, plants reproduce by different parts of the plants, I mean root, stem, leaves, like that, through their cuttings. See, stem cuttings, for example sugarcane, you all are familiar with that. Okay, you are not going to put the seeds of the sugarcane in the soil to grow it. Okay, you are putting the stem cuttings of the sugarcane that grows through the eye or a bud. It, the stem cutting grows into a sugarcane plant. Okay, so this is how the plants reproduce. Okay, for example, I can give the example of rose plant. See, rose plant, you don't have any seeds. Okay, so rose plant will be grown by stem cutting. Okay, take a small cutting of a stem, put it in the soil, so water it regularly. So after few days, what do you observe? The stem rose plant will grow into adult plant. Okay, so but it is not so easy to grow the stem cuttings of a plant, because you need to take care of them. Okay, so dear students, I hope you have understood that living things reproduce, okay, more than one methods. Okay, so they develop, or they grow, or they give birth by different modes of reproduction. Okay, but overall the plants and animals undergo reproduction. So dear students, I hope you have understood this concept. Let me continue the next concept in the next class. Thank you and have a nice day.